Hello,
Hi
everyone.
everyone,
Welcome
Hello.
back.
Chai and Golds.
Finally, I found one. Okay, so
Mississauga rocks.
yeah, funny. I had to search like four shops to find a
Hmm,
nice one in Mississauga. So
interesting.
interesting. But yeah, so today
That is
we are
surprising.
going to uh review this week's
Game week
games
23.
for PL. We do have our predictions, but let's just
We
talk through
do
together.
have one big fixture this week, Man City versus
Yes.
Chelsea.
Oh yeah, and the
We will
predictions
get to
of
it,
all
but
three of us are like totally opposite.
Dif Different, but
Same,
let's
same.
do what? Same, but different.
Yep. So let's start with the first one.
okay.
I think yeah, I think
Yeah.
both informed teams, I think Bournemouth being after the thrashing they did of Newcastle away, but still no one has predicted them to win against Forest. That means that Forest is becoming too strong.
Forest
Yep.
currently is on a roll, and I was thinking that they might have a speed breaker in between.
Hmm.
Yep.
But they're still doing pulling over their weight and still performing. Hence, I've gone with a Forest win. A tight match, but a Forest win.
Yeah. I feel like this would be probably the first bump that Forest will face because from here they have like tough matches almost
Mm.
every other week. So I feel this match will be a little tough for them, and then from here probably they will slip or they will start losing some points.
Mm. Interesting. Interesting. And who did Forest play last? I don't remember exactly.
Um,
Forest,
let
they
me,
they won that match, right?
I
yeah, let me
think so.
see.
I'm just
They won 3-2, 3-2
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
Southampton.
Oh,
Yes,
Southampton.
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 Yes, yes,
3-2.
yes.
Yes,
Southampton.
Southampton
3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
Yep.
So to be honest, right, I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth win this or they draw it. And Amai could be completely right just because of the form Clivert has right now.
Hmm.
And
Overall,
he,
Bournemouth is in a good form. Like
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
think
expecting them.
both of them are playing pretty well. Like one of the best footballs ever.
Yeah,
yep.
and Bournemouth, like I wasn't expecting them to trash Newcastle at St James's last week or last game week. But yeah, a strong result from them. But I'll still go for 1-2 win to Forest. So we have a
We have
new
Yes, we have
uh,
a Project Mbappe here.
project Mbappe.
Project Mbappe, CR7.
Yep, yep, yep,
He's looking in the future to tell us the results.
Okay,
yeah,
so Ameya, you have gone with 2-2.
yep, yep.
Uh, I've gone with a 1-2 close Forest win. And Loken, you, what about
I
you?
think same. Yeah, same.
1-2.
Yeah,
Okay,
One to
same.
win for Forest.
okay. So let's move on to the next one. We have Brighton versus Everton. Thoughts?
I think it's going to be a straightforward win for Brighton. Everton won the last match, but again, it's against Spurs. So with
Depleted Spurs.
very depleted
Yeah.
Spurs.
Yep, yep.
And the strange part is Spurs won in the Europa League, which again blows
Again,
my mind on like
it was a very tight
uh,
match.
it was a 3-2 win, but that was away at Hoffenheim. So
Away at
Yep, yep,
Hoffenheim, yeah.
yep.
again, I don't think so. Even Albert Einstein or like Newton would be able to decipher what Spurs do in life. Like it is that crazy.
That match could have been like Ange's demise at Spurs too.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think
uh,
this might be it. Like if he loses this badly,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
like me and Sushant have gone for a 3-1 win. Amay has gone for a 2-1
this is
win.
Brighton, right? So
Yep.
the reason Brighton looked very strong against United, Everton, they fought well, they played well, but against a depleted Spurs. So I wouldn't give them that much of a chance at Brighton at Amex Stadium.
And that too, Sushant, you have to remember they were leading 3-0 at halftime
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
survived at
So
3-2.
Yeah, Spurs
Hmm.
did manage to score 2 goals in the second half. So hence I believe it should be a comfortable win for Brighton.
Yeah, I think David Moyes came in, but I don't think so. He has had that much time to.
He'll need reinforcements too, right? So
Yes. Yeah, if you're
uh,
playing a 38-year-old Ashley Young at right back, then that just shows it,
and
right?
I even read they are trying to get Willian in.
Willian
Who's
Okay, wait,
of
don't get,
Willian,
you cannot disturb
Chelsea,
me,
ex-Chelsea,
okay? You cannot
ex-Chelsea,
disturb
ex-Chelsea
me.
ex-Fulham.
and Arsenal and
You
Fulham.
cannot disturb me, please,
Not
okay?
Arsenal, right?
You watch
Fulham.
what Baba is doing
He,
and Kaka is doing.
Arsenal too. He played for Arsenal as well, Willian.
Oh.
He was there for
Hmm.
one season.
Hmm. I thought he was
So
Chelsea and Fulham. I don't remember Arsenal.
there was Arsenal in between.
Hmm.
And they're still not going for younger players. Like they have
Hmm.
Young who's old, but
Irony.
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 But
Yes.
still, they should give some kind of money to David Moyes to invest to save them from relegation. But again, like there are other teams in the relegation zone which are doing worse.
Yep.
Hmm.
Uh, so
Yeah, I
Everton
think
might,
Everton might be just hoping that other teams do worse because they
yeah,
haven't been good financially. They have like faced so many, FFP point deductions and all. So,
Yeah.
you know,
But now they have been taken over. So if they
yeah,
survive this season,
yeah. So
maybe
they'll
next
have
season they.
reinforcements next season.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay. So 3-1 from my side for
Vidhu, you
Brighton.
cannot disturb Baba,
Yeah.
please. Okay?
Amay is going with a 2-1 victory, and I'm going for 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go on to the next match: Liverpool versus Ipswich.
Yeah, I think straightforward.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
Pretty much at home, Liverpool Ipswich lost 6-0 at home
Yeah.
to City.
That's against City.
I
Yep.
mean, four is the least. I would say Liverpool should probably score more.
Yeah. It should be a routine win. Probably a good match for Salah
Mhm.
to have a goal flurry.
I'm
Uh,
pretty sure that Sushant has Salah in his FPL. That's why he's hoping for the
I have made him the captain.
same. That makes sense now.
He's very expensive in FPL, so keeping him in team is like
Thir-
worth having two players
Yep.
around 7 million.
12,
He's 13
12.5?
probably.
Wow. And I think
Haaland,
expensive,
Haaland,
most would
yeah.
be Haaland if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
So
Thought so. Thought so.
go
Mhm.
ahead,
I
go ahead, go
actually,
ahead. No, go ahead.
sorry, go ahead, go ahead. No, I have gone for a 3-1 win. The reason being, like when had it been Jurgen Klopp,
Mhm.
right? I would have gone for a 4-1 or a 4-0 win. But under Arne Slot, Liverpool have been very, very protective. Like they don't do risky passes. They try to play as norm and they just go for chances when there are chances. With Jurgen Klopp, everyone used to just run forward,
Yeah,
exposing the defense. But
Mhm.
with Slot, right, they might not score more goals, but they play very, very controlled football.
you
I
are you are betting on someone from Ipswich to score.
I am pretty sure Ipswich will score
Okay.
because even though defense has been really good,
Mhm.
I think Liverpool are conceding
Mhm.
chances with teams.
You
So
you
that's why
cannot do
I'm like
that.
I
Please, I told
am
you this is
seeing
office
that they will
work.
they will
Okay?
score.
Okay.
Please.
I'm guessing
Please, Vidhu, please.
looking at
Office
the
work.
way City played
Please.
against Ipswich, they hardly got any sniff at the goal. So I'm guessing Liverpool will be more tightened, considering this is City's not prime team. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
not in
Hmm,
their prime. They're not at their peak. So Liverpool,
correct.
Liverpool are still doing well. They have a bit better defense at the moment. City did manage to get a couple of reinforcements in their defense this week,
Hmm,
but
yes.
still Liverpool's defense is looking very sound currently, and I'm hoping for a clean sheet from Liverpool.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
The
like they are also high on confidence as well. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel that
Yep.
should play on their part as
Yeah,
well.
the only reason for that 3-1 is because in the weekend they played a very strong squad against Lille
Mm.
Mhm.
and they still conceded one. So it was 1-1 when Elliott scored. That's why
Mhm.
uh like Liverpool's defense, like Ibrahim Konate and Virgin van Dijk are good, but Robertson is not having a good season. That's why if they target him, they can score a goal from that side basically.
Mhm.
But it would be a standard victory, but still,
Okay.
they will still. I feel they'll score.
Let's quickly go through the next one, Southampton versus Newcastle. Uh, any doubts about Newcastle victory?
Um, no, I think they will want to get back, after
Hmm.
losing really bad. So I think again, Isaac should probably score a couple of them. That's why I've
Yeah.
predicted 4-1 for Newcastle.
I actually wanted to just ask you both, if Southampton loses today, sorry, tomorrow with 1-4, 1-3, I think me and Shashank have predicted 1-3, Amay has
1-3.
predicted
Yeah.
1-4. What do you think? Do they, can they even match Derby's record? They still have 9 points, so they need 3 wins.
Yeah.
I'm not
What do
Two
you
sure,
guys
wins, right?
think?
honestly. Oh,
9
no,
points
Three,
to
right?
go.
3.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
nine
They
points.
have
Yes.
Yeah, there's 6 points, right?
6 points. Yeah.
They
They
have
have
six
9
points
points
right
to
now.
go.
Nine,
9
nine to
points
Correct.
to
go.
go.
Yeah. So,
It's
I mean,
looking
it's
very
definitely
bleak.
achievable, but I think they've lost their confidence, and this kind of thing
One thing I
happens
noticed
once
about
in our lifetime, right? So it would be interesting to, not even go into double digits.
the thing I've noticed about Southampton the last two games is they're being very open. They're creating chances. Like against United, also, we mentioned earlier they were good for a good 70 minutes, but they did not try to sit back and defend that lead. But they still went ahead attacking, which exposed them at the back towards the end. And also, the manager did not take into consideration that there will be tired legs on the pitch.
Yes.
So that cost them the game. Otherwise, they would have come out with at least a point versus United, if not all three.
Because if
They are
if
playing
I'm not
fearless
wrong,
football. Like I believe they have already given up the they've given it up that they'll be relegated. So they are trying to play fearless.
yes.
That's hurting them 90 in the 90 minutes game. But there are moments like even against Nottingham, they won three, like they lost 3-2, but they still
Mhm.
managed to
Yes.
score 2 goals.
Yes. So I'm looking at their fixtures, right? They are going to play Leicester away,
Mhm.
and they are going to play. Uh, I don't see them playing anyone from above them, which is Ipswich. Oh, they play Ipswich away as well. So
Okay.
they are just, and both of their teams they are playing away.
Mhm.
So I think they might not be able to make it. I think they'll set a new record. They maybe, I think they'll reach like 13 points, but I think 15 would be too much for them.
Yeah.
I mean, if
There's
you're
still
gonna
15 matches to
gonna
go.
set record, then just do it like in a royal fashion, Score like 8 or 9.
Okay,
True.
so let's so 1-3 from both me and Lokent and 1-4 from Omea for Newcastle.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so let's look at Wolves versus Arsenal. I believe all three of us have gone for the same scoreline, 1-2,
Yeah, I
1-2.
think this is the only game which everyone agrees. But yeah, I mean,
That was a
probably
unanimous
Arsenal
decision
should,
by us.
yeah, probably Arsenal should score more. Uh,
Yeah,
Wolves are
But they have
not playing their,
Havertz.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
I
say.
don't trust the current front line of Arsenal.
Yep, yep.
So
When is Saka
that's the
coming back?
reason.
I think I'm still like a month away to go. I think he was out for 2 months. I think one
Yeah,
month is almost over,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
one more
I,
month.
I just hope so he doesn't come like really late into the
Hmm.
season
Hmm.
where they don't even have a chance, to-
But even if he comes, right, he's a winger. Like they already have Jesus out.
he's primarily their chance creator, right? So
Yes.
Yep, yep,
he is probably the most lethal when it comes to set pieces
yep.
for Arsenal.
Correct. At least corners.
Uh, at least
Yes.
corners, yeah, and his deliveries are very accurate, helping Saliba and
Gabriel. Yep.
especially Gabriel
Mhm.
to
Yep.
score goals. So he is that crucial part of Arsenal's game. So I, I hope he comes early if Arsenal want to continue their charge towards the title.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it will get tougher in the coming days, especially with Europe also in the frame.
So one question: if Saliba doesn't start tomorrow, do you think it will still be a win?
I think it will still
It
be a
should
win.
be.
Yeah,
It
Hmm.
should
Wolves
it should
aren't
be a
playing their
win.
best football anyway, so that might
Hmm.
just go Arsenal's way. Like, it may happen that Arsenal are not creating enough chances, but neither are Wolves. So
I
uh,
read there was some rift between
Lamina?
Lamina and even Matthews Cunha and their manager, right?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So Matheus
He
Cunha
felt.
has been given a bid of 50 million by Nottingham,
Mhm.
or 50 or 60 million, and I think he's trying to leave the club because he's not sure if they'll be relegated.
So even the manager said his performance wasn't up to the mark. His performance wasn't up to the mark in the last game. He felt that
Chelsea, yeah.
yeah, he
Mhm.
felt that he kind of threw away his performance and eventually the match. So there is a rift in the dressing room, especially Cunha being the star player this season. So that might affect the morale of the team
Yep.
overall.
Even Lemina actually has been removed from the squad because
Okay,
he's had a very big rift with the manager. So
okay,
yeah, a lot going on there.
Mhm.
okay.
Okay.
So moving on to the biggest match of this weekend. Uh, all of us have gone for different results.
I
Man City versus Chelsea. So okay, let's start.
Uh,
think
I think,
Amaya,
yeah,
yeah. Go
I'll
ahead,
I'll
go ahead.
start. So probably Man City should manage to get past Chelsea. It's home ground. That's why one extra goal probably. Um, Plus, I mean, they lost pretty bad in CL, So I don't think so. They will do those same mistakes again. Hopefully, it will be a good match. I'm hopeful.
It should be an electric match. Like City is not at their prime, so they are conceding goals. Uh, and we saw in midweek, like in spite of leading, they then ended up conceding four.
Yep, yep, yep.
So that's why I feel like the City defense is currently leaking goals. Cole Palmer might be able to,
Don't pull it.
and he'd want to show himself to the City board, right? Like
Yes.
he'd want to prove a point, especially to Pep.
Yep.
Uh, so like he's currently the star boy over City's star boy. He's more in form over City's star boy Foden.
Foden.
Uh, so it should be a tight match. Like Chelsea defense again, like not the strongest at the moment. Jackson is missing a lot of goals
Yep.
too. Like he's just scored one or just a couple of goals in past few matches. So Cole Palmer will be the one to watch out, one to prove a point, and I
Mhm.
feel it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
Yeah,
I have gone for a
yeah, go
sorry,
ahead, go
go
ahead.
ahead, Amaya.
No, I was just saying that if City manages to keep Cole Palmer a little quiet, then it will go their way. I feel.
I kind of feel this is Chelsea's to lose. I'm going for a Chelsea win because they won 3-1 at against Wolves.
Mhm.
They have had 5 days of rest.
Yeah,
So they played on Monday. They're gonna play tomorrow at half like 5:30 their time. So they've had like complete 5 days of rest. City have played their first 11 against PSG. Then the travel as well.
yeah.
And even though City have signed players, they signed Marmoush, they've signed a couple of defenders. They have not strengthened their midfield, and
Yeah,
I'm not sure why they have not done that yet. Maybe they are looking at the summer. But the trio of Gundogan, Silva, and I
Kovacic.
think Kovacic
Kovacic. Yeah,
is not working. PSG literally ran them ragged, and
yeah.
once Barcola and Dembele were at their back,
Mhm.
it was very difficult to stop them. And, and Chelsea have the same thing. They don't have the pace as Dembele or Barcola, but they have Mudieke, they have Palmer who plays like between the lines, and on the left hand side they have options like Sancho. They have options
Pedro
like
Neto.
Nkunku or Felix.
Mhm.
Even Pedro Neto.
Even
Neto.
Pedro
Yep.
Neto. Yep, Neto is their starter. Sorry. And Chelsea's midfield is really good. Caicedo has stepped up his game
Yeah,
immensely.
even
Uh,
Enzo is doing well.
Enzo is doing like Lavia is proving them a good signing.
Hmm.
So that's the reason why I think it will be a Chelsea win. And currently, City's midfield is just gone. Like
Yeah.
they
Even
don't have the
Kevin De
legs.
Bruyne wasn't looking at his sharpest in the
Yep,
PSG match, and there was
yep,
some friction. There was some word spoken between him and Pep as well
yep,
during the game.
yep.
So Bernardo Silva looks tired, to be honest. Like
Yep.
it looks like he needs a break before he can find his feet again. Like his best. Everyone knows he's a super good player.
Yep.
But it seems that the matches, the longitude, like the amount of matches he's played in these couple of years is taking toll,
Yep.
uh, and he needs some rest before he can get back to his best.
Just shows the importance of Rodri, right?
Yeah,
Like
Mhm.
just one player
One
going
player.
out and their entire team has just crumbled. Like just shows
Mhm.
how reliant were they on him. Like
yeah,
it's just astonishing. Like when we talk about players, right? Like you had, for example, Lampard. Even if you took out Lampard, there was Drogba used to cover.
mhm.
There were like United had so many players like that, right? Like Giggs was having a bad day, Ronaldo steps in, or Scholes just hits a screamer.
But
Like I
one thing I would say about United was we had to get Scholes out of retirement to win that title again.
Hmm.
So
True, but then you were not exposed that badly,
yeah,
where your midfield was just being bypassed because one player was not there.
yeah, yeah.
It was it. I'm literally astonished that how did this happen with City? Like with a manager like Pep,
Pep
it's
Pep is
very
very
shocking.
rigid, and he did not expect this long of an injury to impact Rodri.
Mhm.
But
So
then, like going on that point, right, Shashank, do you and Amoy, do you think Pep is lucky in terms of when coming to injuries? Barcelona, he had never had injuries to Busquets, never had injuries to Xavi, never had major injuries to Iniesta, and Messi was always there. At Bayern, again, we'll just remove that time because he was just winning the league there. At
hmm,
City, when he is coming, he had Fernandinho before Rodri,
yeah.
and then Rodri came in, and never have I seen a team which has been that exposed by just one player missing.
It just isn't Rodri. I believe even Kevin De Bruyne
Yeah, I think
getting injured.
last year before that probably KDB was injured. They were in pretty bad shape. He came back and started
He came back at the
assisting.
perfect time and
Yeah, I think
started
it was last year when even
assisting.
Haaland scored
But
like 10
even this
goals
season,
and then it was a drought.
Hmm.
But
yeah, similar thing is happening this time too. But like Kevin De Bruyne was the player who used to run the attacking part of the midfield. But
Mhm.
this year, like after coming, he's been injured. Like age might be catching up to him.
Yep.
He's 32 plus, I believe. Uh,
Yes.
so looking at his injury and the performances after injury, except for one or two matches, he hasn't showcased the form that has probably made him one of the best midfielders in the Premier
Yeah,
League
yeah,
ever.
totally.
So there's a drop in his form. The injuries have affected him. So it's both like Rodri's absence, a major gap. Uh, where in City there's no link between there's no smooth transition between defense and attack, which Rodri used to facilitate it by shielding the defenders at the back.
Yep.
And with Kevin De Bruyne's temporary, I'd say, like I'm hoping it's temporary, but not the best form he's in. Uh, that is not facilitating the attack as smoothly.
Mhm.
Haaland isn't getting as many chances. Like
Yep.
it's not him that is missing
Yes.
chances, but the City as a team are not creating enough chances. And one thing is no right back.
Yes.
So
Mm.
Matthews Nunes is being played as right back, and he was exposed badly by
Barcola.
Barcola. Bradley Barcola. Sorry.
Yeah.
So he was exposed badly by Barcola. And that has been a weak spot in City's team for the last couple of matches, playing Matthews Nunes as a right back.
And again,
So
it comes to your point, right, Shashank, that again, why is Guardiola rigid when he could actually play like a Rico Lewis at right back?
mhm,
He's sticking with Nunes. So Nunes gave the penalty against United.
yeah,
Mhm.
He did. I think the goal came from his position when Amat went behind.
yes, yes,
Then again, the same thing happened with Barcola. That all the goals came in from that side. So
From
first
that
goal
side.
Yes.
came in from that side. Second was that
He is not a natural defender. He's supposed to be a
exactly.
wing, a front three.
Again, that's where the rigidness comes in, right? Like
Yeah.
so.
And Pep is not known for like not rotating his
Yes,
giving a player so many chances, even though that player is not stepping up to the mark.
Mm-hmm.
correct.
So I'm not sure why is playing Nunez as a right back. He can play Rico Lewis or one of the defenders, so many defenders that the team has.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so it's going to be an interesting match and the biggest match for the weekend. All eyes will be on this match,
Yep.
and especially for the race for top four.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Chelsea currently are on fourth with 40 points. Man City, I think, are
Fifth,
3 points.
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
points behind.
Yep.
3 points
And then
behind.
there's so
Yes.
many teams in that point A region too, right? In the
Yep.
Yep.
points tally. So both of them will be looking to win, but I'm guessing it could be a draw.
I think
Yep.
this is ex-Chelsea, KDB versus ex-City, Cole Palmer. Let's see who wins it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So next
So next,
match,
Palace versus
Palace versus
Brentford.
Brentford.
I mean, interesting one. Typical mid-table game.
London
I
Derby
think they are
again.
like 10th or 11th or 11th or 12th, something
So
like that. in the
Palace, I read they haven't lost last 5 matches in the league. They've
Mhm.
won three and drawn two, or the other way, like drawn three and won two. But they haven't lost past 5 matches. Like before that, they were at the start of the season, they weren't looking good.
Yep.
They were like the form Crystal Palace was in last season when Glasner took over. That spark was missing. It looked like taking Olise out of the team had a huge impact at the start of the
Especially on
season,
Mateta.
especially on Mateta. But Mateta scored last game, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
He scored against Chelsea. He scored last game. I think he won 2-0 against West Ham, if I'm. Or
yeah,
no. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. So 2-0 or 2-1.
Yeah.
But it should be a tight game. Like Brentford also aren't doing bad. Like they were in contention till 90th minute before Nunes stepped up for Liverpool.
Yep.
Uh, they were playing well. They were creating chances too. Mbuemo and Juan Visa have been like the heart of both have been beating hearts of
Yes.
the team. They are playing well overall. And let's see. Yeah, so I'm going for a
I think
draw,
Amoy is the same,
1-1.
and I have gone for a 2-1 Palace win because they are playing at home. And
Mhm.
Sellers Park is a difficult place to go to.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
think
let's
Okay.
move
Let's
to
go.
Spurs.
Spurs versus Leicester, Rudwan Nistelrooy's old
Uh,
hunting ground.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
think this is where my prediction is different. I think you both have gone for a 2-0 and a 3-1 win,
Spurs win. Yep.
but
Uh, Home
So
ground, again,
Spurs
the
are at
same thing.
home.
Yep.
Players will be kind of they would want if the Ange has not lost the dressing room, they'd want him to be at the club. So I believe they would play their heart out. Like even in the past, like City, the last match in the Europa League,
Hoffenheim.
they won
Mhm.
Hoffenheim. They won 3-2 away.
Yep.
And on top of that, they still managed to score 2 goals in spite of being 3-0 down at halftime against Everton away.
Mhm.
So I feel there are goals in the team. Like even if they are losing, they still have goals. It's the defense which is a worry. But at home against Leicester, which is who themselves are not in great form,
Yep.
it should be a comfortable win for them. And Leicester, I read like there's a dressing room tussle in
Oh.
Leicester too. So
Oh, is it? Okay.
one of the players, Ruud van Nistelrooy, instructed a player. I'm not able to recollect his name. That he changes his shoes because apparently he was not getting a proper grip on the pitch on the field with his shoes, and that player he did not like the suggestion, so he
Hmm.
went to the board, he complained, and then there was some tussle between the player and Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
Yep.
So
What's your take, Logan, on this?
I feel it's going to be a draw. For the life of me, I can't understand what Spurs do. Like they'll win 4-0 against City and then draw next week against Bournemouth. That too at home. So they have won against Hoffenheim 3-2. They lost the previous game 2-3. That's why I'm going for a draw. Like they just need to complete that whole sequence. Like a draw, loss, win, draw. That's why I'm just going for a draw because I can't understand Spurs, to be honest.
Yep, yep.
Right.
Next is Villa versus West Ham. Uh, I don't think so.
So
This is going to see. I'll probably go with a nil-nil draw. Uh,
0-0. Oh, you
uh,
predicted 1-0. So
yep, yep. So, but then I feel like because of home ground, Villa are playing comparatively well. So I went with 1-0, but I still feel that it might just be a draw, like nil-nil.
I feel there are goals in this match. Villa again isn't too solid defensively, but their attacking prowess is good. Like Ollie Watkins is scoring. You have John Duran who can come in as a sub and score. Yuri Tielemans is doing well. So Morgan
Rogers,
Rogers
Morgan
and Rogers,
Rogers.
yes. So there you have Morgan Rogers in the team. So with all those attacking options, I feel Villa will score uh,
Mm-hmm.
at least two goals. And West Ham might score just one, might make one goal from it.
Villa lost in CL, right? I think Monaco it was.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
lost
Monaco 1-0.
Monaco
Yes.
1-0
Was
And
it home or
yeah,
away? I think
away.
it was
away.
away. Away. Okay.
Yeah. And
Right.
that's why I think Villa will win 3-1 this time because Emery might just go after the players that, hey, you're playing at home. We need to win this. That's why I'm,
And again, like top four race is really hot, and
yes,
Aston
Yep.
Villa would want to be in that race.
Yep. Yep.
correct,
So
correct.
they'll have that impetus to go after it and go for a win.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Then coming to the last game of this weekend, Fulham versus Manchester United. Amay, you have gone for a draw. Tell me about that. Why do you think so?
Uh, Fulham is playing pretty good. United
Hmm.
is playing pretty bad. Uh,
Hmm.
and I would say the way United is going up and down, like they win one match, they lose the next one. Again, there's a draw in between, then they again go and win one match. So I feel that a draw would be a good result for United. I just don't see the tempo going on, winning everything. Especially when there are so many things going on in dressing room, like Garnacho transfers, happening, few incoming, few outgoing. I think Anthony has already left for Real Betis as well. So, uh, I mean, there is some kind of anxiety in the dressing room, which we can see in their overall form as well. It's not been good. So that's why I feel 1-1 United should be happy with that draw, I feel.
Uh, like Amay mentioned, I agree to the fact that there's no stability in the dressing room currently, and the form is like a roller coaster. It's up against big teams, and Loken has been mentioning this time and again. Like when it comes to United playing big teams away, they are a different beast. The morale is somehow on the upper side, and they managed to get results. But Fulham would be compact; they wouldn't give us as many chances. We saw United struggle in the first half versus Rangers in the Europa League.
Hmm.
Second half, they did create a lot of chances, but again, like one silly mistake from Maguire could have cost, like that could have cost us the entire game.
Contact, yeah.
The ball that Lisandro
Three.
Martinez, the ball that he provided to Bruno, that was amazing, and he Bruno Martinez went and literally pointed out that it was his ball that created the goal for United against Rangers. Uh, I'd still say the team is on roller coaster. You can expect a tight defense from Fulham and United not being able to create chances as freely. I'm hoping United wins, but looking at the form, I'm going for a 2-1 win for Fulham.
Yeah, same here. I think United play amazing against big teams, and then suddenly against small teams, they just look susceptible. Fulham is not a big team, not a small team as well, but they are like a mid-table team, but with good form. And considering they're one of the players I think is in great form, which is Harry Wilson.
Hmm.
I think he would do good. And again, like Maguire was solid until he made that error. So it's not like confidence is completely into players, and everyone was expecting that they will win against Rangers. they did win, but it was like a
So
narrow escape.
one thing was there were many chances created in that game,
Yes.
especially the second half.
Mm-hmm.
There were, if we had like a solid striker, or like the first goal was Butland's error. And to be honest,
Yes.
I was just out. I was just looking at my work when the goal was scored, and when I came back and I saw the goal, I thought we had conceded. Um, since it was a keeper's error, I was like, ah, shit, here we go again. But luckily, it was keeper's error which helped us, and we got the goal. But after that, there were many chances created, and Butland saved a lot of them.
Yep.
There was
Yep.
one goal line
Yes.
clearance as well by the defender, the chance which Garnacho took. United created many chances, but then we're still lacking that crucial goal. And Bruno's goal was God's gift.
Yep.
So
The ball by Martinez was really good though.
amazing. And Martinez, this would be the second good ball that he's provided. Like he had the assist for
Mm-hmm.
Ahmad's goal as well
Yes.
against
Against City.
City. So again, a very good ball shows Martinez. Licha knows is pretty comfortable with the ball at his foot, and that was evident. His passing and vision is also good enough. But
Okay.
still, like I'm not confident United will win this. If at all, they might, like Amir has put it, 1-1 draw. But I'm guessing it could be a loss.
I feel it just depends on the referee again. Like the refereing decision against Rangers was shocking.
Yeah.
The if you just say this as a foul, I'm not sure what can be called as a foul anymore.
I mean,
Again,
you give foul at one end and don't give the same or similar foul on the other end. Like it just amazes me.
and
The
again,
thing,
we'll not go into like the referee details, but again, shocking against United, to be honest.
the thing is, again, the United team, right? Like even if they're playing well, we were creating chances, and Rangers did not have a whiff of the goal for a very long time in the second half, like
Mm-hmm.
most of the second half. But one long ball, one error from one player, that could
Yep.
have cost us a game. And that's been a recurring pattern. Like if even if the team is performing, it comes down to one error, either by
Mm-hmm.
goalkeeper or by someone in the defense, which is costing us game. So unless the players take these individual errors out, uh, you cannot entirely blame the manager.
Yep.
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 Yep. That's true. So let's see how things go starting
I think the
tomorrow.
biggest, yeah, I think the biggest match of this weekend is number 7 versus Man City against Chelsea.
Yeah.
And all the games are being played on the weekend. There is no Monday night fixture, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Next week is going to be interesting with all the Champions League fixtures being played at the same, or Europa League especially,
Yep.
Yep.
being
Yep.
played on the same day at the same time. So teams will be
Yep.
scampering to know, and even Champions League, right? Since it's
Yep.
not a,
Yep. It's
Yes.
usually the last game week is like that.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
So no,
fun.
all 32 fixtures will be taking place on the same day for Champions League. Like it used to be 2 days, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
all
Yep.
these 32 would be taking place on the same day. So it will be a interesting day to watch out for how the table turns out.
Yep.
So let's see. We'll cover that in the next video.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you
for
so
joining in.
much. Thank you
Thank you
for
so
giving
much.
us.
Let's see who wins this. Who wins the draw basically here.
Yeah.
Whose predictions are most right.
Yep. 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 Let's see.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Take
Thanks for
care.
subscribing. Thanks for viewing us. Bye.